I love Octavia so much. This is small but mighty. Octavia, thank you for doing this, and thank you for that. And the reminder of that scene, because it really did go down exactly like that. And I love you endlessly. And to all the women as well who are honored tonight, it's a privilege to be in your company. I've been working all day, so I was a little scared of the teleprompter, so I think I'm just going to read from my... Don't be scared of how thick it is. It's like kids. So before I started writing my speech tonight, I did what any of us might do. I immediately looked up other people's speeches. And I wanted to see what people were talking about and what they focused on and how they expressed their understanding of power. And I noticed something. It seemed that a lot of women in some way wrestled with the word. And I laughed because that was my instinct too. Power, it's so loaded. You can't not touch it, but you can definitely feel it. It's essential. And to embrace your power and to believe in your power is absolutely vital. It's the bedrock of our greatest creations. And yet it can also be so destructive. And then upon a further reflection, I realized that I have such a complicated relationship with it. And then I wondered if this event was called The Power of Men, if any one of them would have felt as conflicted as I did, and probably not. It's possible women tend to experience power differently. We feel its texture, its responsibility, and its consequence. And to see a woman fully standing in her power, it can be startling, not just to others, but even to herself. It can shift the air in the room she enters, and it can challenge what people are used to seeing. I know this because I felt it very much in my own life, especially in relationships, in my work, and moments when my strength created a ripple that I didn't intend. And I mean it even as simple as when I was a teenager and I finally was confident enough to walk down the stairs in a little crop top, and then I came upon my brothers sitting in a room and they were like, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" I mean, it was like, I killed our family dog, but it was like the shame bestowed upon me for feeling so confident. God forbid. But all of this makes me wonder, what does it truly mean to be powerful? From a male perspective, certainly in my household, power is directive, it's assertive, and it's physical. And what fascinates me is that biologically, men and women's brains are essentially the same. Of course, there's variance, and then this is a very much heated debate in the scientific community. But in my experience, the female brain seemingly has more access to our intuition and our empathy. It's this circuitry that allows us to possess both logic and emotion at the same time. And it's not to say one is better or worse, but I truly believe that the female brain is designed for connection, for multidimensional thought, for seeing how one thing affects another, and yes, it is very built for crop tops. This, to me, is the essence of feminine power, the ability to integrate. But it can also be incredibly masculine. And I mean, for me personally, I have a lot of energy. I am a high testosterone woman. I know this now because I get my hormones checked. And every 6 months. But I come out the gate like a racehorse. And when I see things getting stuck, I want to move them, I want to fix them, I want to pull them forward, and I could be a pull horse as well. I might be both. But I don't see any of this as aggression. I see it as drive and as life force. And for generations, women have been told to pull back on their reins. Don't be too loud. Don't be too strong. Don't be too ambitious, because if you come out too hot, you'll be seen as a threat, not an asset. I think that's bullshit. It's taken me a long time to feel that way and to own that. But it is nonsense. We've spent a long time taming ourselves. And the truth is that women's power, real power, it's not in domination. It's in strategy. It's in the discretion to distinguish between the moments of action and those of observation. It's to understand the choreography of leading with your head and your heart at very the same time. And we're wired to be collective. We see all the exits. We feel what's happening in a room. And we manage the temperature of a life. That's real power. And maybe that is why women make up so much of the workforce behind charitable foundations and humanitarian organizations. Our instincts, they're to pull us towards building the systems that not only help others survive, but to thrive, which brings me to why I do work with the United Nations World Food Program, which means a lot to me. I try to use whatever I have to amplify what matters most. And we're living in a world that feels increasingly fragile. It's very, very overwhelming. The more you know, the harder it becomes to believe that there's anything that we can do to help. But we can and we have to. So as a global ambassador for the WFP, I have seen hope in action. And when you see a child eat their first meal in days as a mother's sort of shoulders drop in relief, those are the moments that can redefine one's understanding of power. And it really did for me. We can feed everyone. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. We can feed everyone on this planet. We have the food, we have the means, we just need access, and we need the collective will to act. And there are two things that hold my heart. It's food and it's mental health. One is immediate, and the other is long-term. Food, we believe at WFP, is a basic human right. Without it, nothing else matters. And then mental health, it shapes everything that comes next. But they're so profoundly connected. You cannot ask a child to learn, to focus, to dream if that child is hungry. And you cannot ask a brain to thrive in a body that's starving. And every child deserves to be fed. Every child deserves to feel safe in their own mind. For a broken mind not only sees a broken world, they end up creating it. So imagine if every school understood that education begins not only with the nourishment of intellect, but the nourishment of body and spirit as well. We could change literally everything. As a mother of three, I feel this every day. My daughter, Ronnie, she's fearless and she's funny and completely unaware of how powerful she already is. But when I watch her, I think of all the children like her, full of imagination and light, who have not the chance to grow into who they're meant to be. And I know that if I have reach and any power at all, that I must do what I can to help. We, and all of us that are being honored tonight, we work in a business that gives us opportunity to reflect these truths through storytelling. And we stoke curiosity about what it means to be human, and we make people feel seen, and we can remind them they're not alone. But the work can't stop when the cameras turn off. It must continue purposefully and practically, because at the end of the day, it won't be applause or achievements we remember. It's going to be the faces and the laughter and the people who remind us that goodness exists. And this is the good kind of power. It's magic. That's the magic. And it is always my compass. Before I close, I want to share a quote from Clarissa Pinkola Estes from Women Who Runs with the Wolves. Anyone? If you haven't read it, read it. Within every woman, there is a wild and natural creature, a powerful force filled with good instincts, passionate creativity, an ageless knowing. And when I read those words for the first time, I remember feeling like she cracked open something I already knew but had forgotten. That there's a part of me and of all of us that is untamed and ancient. And it's the part of us that knows how to heal, how to nurture, how to create life and art and laughter, and sometimes we can do it all at once. And that is what tonight means to me, and what this honor means to me, is to always remember that wildness and to honor it in every woman who uses her power to bring beauty and love to a world that really needs it. And I must say that at the table over there is my wolf pack. And we do run wild together. And I feel the most powerful when I'm with you. So thank you for being there for me all the time. Love you. And thank you, Variety, for this awesome honor, this thought-provoking honor. And I will, do what I can to hold up to this. Thank you.